Hi, this is Ed Bacon in the second of a series of brief prayer videos, just to explain how and why I pray, and to talk a little bit about the benefits of the prayer life that I have. In the first prayer video, I talked about the terrain of prayer, contemplation, and mindfulness. There is the distinction between our surface self and the deep stillness point in our lives. And I spoke there of that center point or organizing center being actually the divine within us, that is not only the key to our integration and wholeness and oneness, but our oneness with every other part of God's creation. It's just an amazingly powerful, peaceful, healing place to visit and then to dwell and access and live from as a part of the prayer, mindfulness, meditation, contemplation life. This prayer video is to focus on healing, the very powerful gift of prayer, meditation, and contemplation is going to that center, that organizing center of everything that is, which I know to be love. Others can call it the Christ. Others can call it the divine within, the divine light, the inner light. My therapist referred to it as one's inner divine genius. Let's talk about its being love. The power of visiting that on a regular basis is healing. So this prayer video is about healing. All of us have inner struggles. And many of those inner struggles are about inner wounds, traumas. And as a way of dealing with life in its demands every day, we oftentimes develop projects. Thomas Keating, about whom we'll speak in the third video, Thomas Keating talks about those projects being our own individual salvation projects. All of us have some kind of patterns by which we are trying to save ourselves. And we all do it. And part of that kind of defense or response to inner wounds or traumas might be, as in my case, a tendency to get out ahead of grace. My retreat director says, Ed, your constant struggle is that you are getting out ahead of grace instead of following grace. So sometimes I want things to happen on my schedule. And that can create a wound for myself and for others. Then we can develop from our inner wounds an ability to get slighted by what somebody else says, which oftentimes and almost always never has anything to do with us. It's just that it rubbed us the wrong way, or we took offense at it, or it was a slight or a hurt. And then also in our relationships, we can want to win. We can want our idea to be the best, our plan to be adopted, our strategy to be the strategy for other people or for the whole world. And that invariably leads us into conflict. And out of that conflict, oftentimes, out of our woundedness, we want to be the victor. We want to vanquish. We want to win the argument. I mention all of those practices and habits that are coming out of our woundedness and our traumas and our own salvation projects as ways that get in the way of our relationships, both our intimate personal relationships and our professional, church, organizational, social relationships. And I want to stress our relationship with ourself. I'm here to say to you that one of the deepest, greatest benefits of the life of a regular practice of prayer, meditation, and contemplation. For right now, I'm lumping them all together. We'll separate them out in a subsequent prayer video. But for now, one of the greatest benefits of this kind of practice and life is to go to that center, again, the map, the center of your being, where love abides, and to let love and love's grace heal you. I will never forget beginning a prayer time, a prayer period of really wanting to use my prayer time as a way to develop my arguments. And over the course of sinking down from surface to quiet, down to stillness, down to love, I literally went from wanting to vanquish to wanting to listen. And I was given this most healing gift of genuinely wanting to ask this person about their point of view. Oh, the worry and the trouble and the hurt that contemplative moment that day gave me and saved me from. There's more to say in the third video chat, but I want now for us to just spend a minute together, breathing deeply, calming ourselves, letting the Holy One, the power of love, take us from the level of the surface down to stillness. Thank you. We'll see one another next time.